Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Schauer, and today I'm joined by my friend Morgan. They are a drag king, and they're going to turn me into a drag king as well.
Hi, I'm Morgan Roberts. In drag, as a drag king, I am Robert Morgans, and I'm very excited to put Sarah into drag. We're going to do a fun drag king look. You're going to be shocked.
I'm so excited. I want to look like someone who like buys cigarettes for like teenagers.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's like my brand of like doing drag makeup.
Yeah.
It's like weird, a little creepy. You probably don't want to meet them in real life.
Yeah.
They might follow you home.
Which, that's crazy, because I noticed with drag queens, it's like elegant and like pretty, and then with drag kings, it's like, I want to look like I work at the zoo. And it's like, why?
I love it. No, literally my thing was like, I want to look like I just rose from the dead, but I still could be a little dead. So I used to do like dark red under my eyes, and people would actually ask me, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, are you ill? Like, no.
They tip you because they think you're sick.
It's part of the strategy.
It's part of the GoFundMe.
Exactly.
So we did, we have all the makeup up here, and my outfit is over there. I will show you once the makeup is done. And also I'm going to insert a clip of Morgan doing a performance. I'm just going to take it from your Instagram, so it'll be like right here. There we go.
Love it.
Super fun. And I did order like facial hair, but Amazon sent me something with like a Luigi hat and a mustache. So we're just going to be trimming up Luigi's mustache, and like I'm going to give myself, what is that called? We're like, they're like 18-year-old guys who have like, there's no hair right here.
Right.
It's just right here.
There, and it's like 1 or 2 strips of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very patchy.
Yeah. I have done men makeup before. I did like a couple years ago, I did a YouTube video where I dressed up as someone's dad, and then I asked people on Instagram and Twitter, what's something you've always wanted to hear from your dad?
Oh.
And so as a lot of people were like, I'd love to hear that my dad's proud of me. And so I was just like, hey, anal slut 417, I'm super proud of you and what you've accomplished at law school. Okay. All right, but let's get started.
I take the like man approach. Like, you know how they're always like, women have to work like 10 times harder than men to even get like a sliver of the success men have. That's how I like to approach my drag. Like, I am going to be as lazy, and I'm going to find as many cheat codes as I can, because that's what a man would do.
I used to do this thing where like I'm a very direct person, so it's very easy for me to like hit on someone in the club. But like I do this thing where I was like, men are like dumb. Why do they feel like they can approach any woman in the world? And then I was like, what if I was just really stupid? So what I would do for a solid 30 minutes before I hit on a woman is I have no intelligent thoughts. Like, I mean, like I absolutely, yeah, you clear your minds and you like go over like the stupidest things you've ever done, and then you like tell yourself it's okay. So you like feel like the dumbest person ever, because like the smarter you are, the more you overthink, and you're like, I can't approach them, they would never talk to me. But if you're like dumb enough for like a solid 30 minutes, you can approach anyone. I mean, I know you have a partner, so I don't know if you would do that to be.
I also was just like so bad at flirting. Like, even when I met my partner, they were like, I didn't know you were flirting with me until like we were 4 or 5 months in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm just so like, you know, dry.
Yeah.
And really just, if I look interested, if I'm like, oh yes. But it's all inside, you know? Like, I know I'm flirting. No one else knows I'm flirting.
No one knows.
No one knows. So maybe I will try that. To get the male kind of confidence that men just exude naturally. Yeah. I don't know, like I do this like thing in my brain where when I started drag, I was like, I want to look every single one of my audience members in the eye. Yeah. And I want to see into their souls. Yeah. And it intimidates a lot of people. Yeah. And there's power in that.
I just imagine you going around the stage like,
right. Exactly.
This is their shtick. They're just scary as fuck.
There's no music. I don't lip sync at all. I'm just like.
You said you look like half dead.
I'm like that Mayhem Miller meme where she's like.
Yeah.
That's me. But there's no music at all. Yeah. To the beat. I'm just like.
That'd be actually super funny if you had like no music the entire time you're performing. Yeah.
There's that one piece of music, and I wish I could remember the name. I'm a fake musician, where it is literally just silence. Yeah. And it's sheet music. It's like a classical piece. And it's literally like silence, and it's like 34 bars or something like that. Roast me. I don't know the name, but that's literally a piece of music. So you could, that could be a drag number, and just be like, that's my number. It's my music. It's just a blank.
It's just silence. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's start this. We're gonna start with foundation. Yes. Is right, and then you can walk the audience through what you're doing. All right, makeup me. This is my foundation, and the brush is a little bit dirty. I'm sorry. You don't wash your brushes?
Not very much.
It contributes to the drag king look. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's also part of my bag. Is like I love to just look like a greasy motherfucker. And so if I know I'm doing drag, I won't wash my hair for a week. And then like the day I go out and drag, I look like I just rolled out of like, I was on a tour with a heavy metal band that has maybe 500 followers on Instagram. Yeah. And I was like a roadie for them.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe I want.
You're not even in the band, you're just a roadie.
Yeah. But I want to be their guitarist.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like sabotaging the guitarist.
I detune it. Like, I take it down at least one half step every show. And they're like, what the fuck?
Why does this keep fucking up everywhere we go?
Right. So what I like to do is I like to like pick the big spots in my face. Also, I would just like to point out, I'm not a makeup king. I'm like a charisma, like performance kind of king. Yeah. But I know how to do my makeup because I watched YouTube videos and took tips from other drag kings, like at shows and stuff. So some of the advice I have is literally just what I do. Okay. And I don't know if it is correct, but it works. And that's what matters. And we're not here to gatekeep.
Yeah, you literally already perform. So whatever you do is completely valid because you're already doing it. Right. Like, yeah.
Because anyone can be a drag king if you want to be, even if you don't know a lot about makeup. Anyway. Okay, so I like to do like, hit the big spots with a big dot, here, 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 a little on the nose and then on the chin. Yeah. And then I'll like do until it's all like really even. Okay. Like this.
So on Vine, my burner account was Sarah Bathtub. Because my name's Sarah Schauer. Yeah. And so my drag king name is going to be Joe Bathtub. It just sounds disgusting. If you're like, who bought you these cigarettes? And you said Joe Bathtub, that would sound like actually pretty legit. That man sounds like fucking rank. Ironic, his name is Bathtub because he's so fucking dirty. I don't know what numbers I would do though.
Oh yeah, that's a big part. Actually, my numbers came together before my persona was built around the kind of music that I was lip syncing to.
Yes. I don't think, okay, this is going to sound like a really unpopular opinion. I don't think Nickelback is that bad. I don't think it's that bad. Photograph is fun.
I don't want to agree with you, but I do agree with you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I love, like, my parents also loved Nickelback. So, of course, like, we...
Loved? Are they no longer?
They went to a Nickelback concert. I don't know if they still like Nickelback.
Are they still at the concert?
Yeah. They've been there for years.
That photograph is stuck in my head.
No. I liked Rockstar.
That
was a good one.
Was that the one with what's that guy from that band who kind of sounds like wait okay no I'll think of it later. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm super bad at naming people.
Yeah, there you go.
I have really long white chin hairs. That's okay. I'm supposed to agree.
I sometimes will. Okay, one of my favorite things, and I don't have it with me today, is like it's like eyebrow mascara. It's not mascara, but it's like the eyebrow stick segment. I love that, and that's how I would do my mustache. And literally when I would do it, my mustache hairs would just get like darker. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be upset about this, and I'm gonna say it's what God wanted. Yeah. He said you needed to be a drag queen king.
I've had exes like fill in their mustache with like mascara, and I do like it. I just like if I'm gonna have a mustache, it better be intentional. And not like, because I've talked about this with my people on the channel all the time. Like, people like comment on my mustache all the time, and it makes me unconscious. It makes me self-conscious.
Knocked out.
But yeah, so I shaved mine, and now it's growing back. But it's okay. All right, so we're gonna do contour now, and the contour for a drag king, I feel like, is pretty unique in that you try to make yourself look a little bit more manly. I have such a round face that I want to see how this turns out.
I do too. I've been thinking about this for days about how I'm gonna like square you up. Because that's the whole thing with masculine looks, is you're trying to square your jaw, square your like cheekbone, square up here. So I've been thinking about this. So what I'm gonna do is your cheeks.
Yes.
Square them.
Yes.
Square your cheeks. So I'll do that first.
And then my forehead. But I'm gonna be wearing a beanie.
I do it like I put some up today, and I have a bandana on. Sometimes I do it just for the illusion.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with your cheeks and also your temple, your little temple like triangle right here.
Okay.
So I like to do like a straight line and then down on this. So instead of like curving to like really accentuate the roundness of the cheek, I'm gonna just chop it. And one hot tip that I was told was you want to darken back here as much as you can. So I'll put more contour back here just because it makes, I don't remember whoever told me this, like the exact verbiage that they said, but it just makes it like more masculine.
Yeah.
Like, shadowier back here. So I like to add just a little more.
Okay.
Here. And then my favorite part is this, like, it's so silly that this is my favorite part, but I like line up to the pupil and then just go down like this. And I don't know why that's my favorite, but it is. I think it really starts the square moment.
This reminds me of like when I got my makeup done for prom. But if someone did like this makeup for me for prom, I'd be like so heartbroken. Right. Gee, thanks.
this damp already?
Yeah.
Oh.
I washed it.
Wow. That was something I learned the hard way, was that you're supposed to dampen your blending brushes. Mm-hmm. I also started from scratch with drag makeup.
Use like a dish sponge?
No, like, yes. Like the abrasive side.
Yeah.
Get all the dead skin off, you know.
Yeah. The contour is just redness from irritation.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I hated makeup.
Uh-huh.
Because it was like, you know, like in middle school when they're like, fit in.
Yeah.
So anytime I was wearing makeup, it was because I was being forced to wear makeup and like that kind of femininity forced upon me. So anytime I wore makeup and it was like feminine makeup, I was deeply uncomfortable and I felt it on my face all the time. But now like I can do shit like this. We got a glitter beard going. Mm-hmm. We got a glitter beard.
Yeah.
And I don't feel it. Because I learned when I started doing masculine makeup that that's not what makes me uncomfortable. It's the forced femininity on me. Yeah. So when I started, like I never wore makeup in middle school or high school except when somebody would paint me. Yeah. So when I started doing drag, I was like, I gotta learn how to do makeup now. Okay. But it actually ended up being a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I was like, oh, this is why people like doing this, because it is fun. Yeah. It's not just to conform to something that you're not. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do your chin. Okay. So that's going to be, like, the sharpening of it. Okay. So I'll do, like, a line down and then a line. All right. No curves. I'm going to do my best. So these are the bones. Uh-huh. This is the bones of it all. Yeah. It looks kind of good.
Okay, cool. Bad. I'm excited to be Joe Bathtub. Sounds like I'm a plumber, actually.
A little bit. Yeah. It's on the side of your van.
Yeah. It's on the side of my windowless van. I got my Road 4 Loco. Okay.
Does it come with a straw? Make it easier?
Yeah, big curly straw that like wraps around my eyes while I'm driving.
Not one of those.
We're gonna blend, guys. Even the boys need to blend.
It's true. There are some kings who really like leave that contour there. I'm not one of them. I like to put it like this. You have like drag performers who like to do their makeup like Trixie, and then who like to do their makeup like Katya. And while Katya still does like a full face, she looks more like
a man.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like a natural woman in the least shady way to Trixie. You know?
Yeah. Yes.
So that's what I would like try to do. Okay. That's what I tell people. I take the Katya approach, not the Trixie approach. Okay. I wish I could take the Trixie approach because I wish I could like be like, this is Rob.
So you're telling me with the blue glitter beard right now, you're not taking the Trixie approach?
No.
Okay. All right.
I think what I mean with that is just with like the contour.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
You can see her definite like lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Mine I blend like real deep in.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do right now.
All right.
And I blend up because I was told to.
Oh yeah, guys, I hit my head on a metal pole thing yesterday, and I cut my head open, so I have a little bit of a headache. So if I seem like one of my eyes is lower than the other, that's the stroke. No, I'm kidding. I'm not having a stroke. I'm sorry, guys. I just hit my head. Okay.
I did get a concussion, and I hit the back of my head, which is your occipital lobe. And one of my eyes did do that for a long time, where it was just like that, yeah. I had to go to occupational therapy.
Oh,
and
really?
I had to learn how to read again.
Because you had a stroke?
I didn't have a stroke. I just knocked my occipital lobe, and my eyes wouldn't, like, focus on one thing. Like, my right eye wanders. Yeah. And, like, I could see words in front of me, but my brain wouldn't process them as words. Like, they were just letters. I was like a junior in high school. Yeah. And I was like, this is SAT time.
Weirdly enough, that's when I learned how to read too. No, I'm kidding. All right. Wait. Oh, that's so scary though.
It was a little scary. And it's okay. Oh. I survived. I'm here.
Yeah. And now you can read. I did my friend's makeup the other day. They're like very mask, and I made them femme. And I was just like touching their face, and I was like, is this intimate? I don't know. But yeah, you can go ahead. Maybe it's the making out in between that makes it intimate. Yeah. No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Brittany's gonna zoom in on that. I'm gonna look insane.
That's what I love about drag. Like, pick your character. Mm-hmm. My character is a dead boy raised from the dead in a Texas thunderstorm. That's what I know about him.
I'm a Chris Angel minus the magic.
Same.
That's my shtick. I feel like I'm going for.
I love it.
Instead of mind freak, it's neighborhood freak or something. Just like
Sarah. No. Who is it?
Cul-de-sac weirdo. Wait, what?
Joe Bathtub.
Joe Bathtub.
Freak.
Yeah.
It's your show.
Yes. Brittany and I were talking about this the other day. What's a really funny word is sicko. Because you only call someone a sicko.
A real
like,
sicko.
When they're like really weird.
Yeah.
Like a derogatory weird.
So you want to be the neighborhood sicko?
Yes.
That's the side of your plumbing.
Yeah. Neighborhood sicko.
The immediate stopping of the laughing when I started right here.
Well, I just don't want to like smudge it.
That's what blending is.
But then what is my company if I'm just the neighborhood sicko? Why do I have a logo and everything?
Right. Yeah, man, I mean, it's legit. You gotta seem legit to people.
Yes.
That's how you get them.
Joe Bathtub neighborhood sicko. They have nice eyebrows, so they don't really do theirs. And I'm going to be using this brow micro filling pen from Benefit. And if that doesn't work, I also have this pencil from Lancome.
Yeah, and we're doing, I'm going to block it up a little.
Yeah, thick.
And extend you out.
Okay.
Just a little.
Just make it manly.
It's just a little funny because your eyebrow hairs are absolutely darker than this.
Oh, shit. Honestly, if it turns out like I look, look like a psycho, it's totally fine. You can fill it in with this too.
I made this side so thick, I might have to like shape it a little.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to remedy my mistake. There we go. That's the one thing you don't want to hear from your makeup artist is like, uh-oh, fucked it up, which is exactly what I just said.
Oops. Yeesh.
Whoops. Ooh.
Oh, nasty. That's not supposed to happen. Sorry.
Or literally what I said, like, I've never used this before, but we're gonna try.
Or, ooh, this is not your color.
You look rugged.
Okay.
You look rugged.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
First day out of prison core.
Do you want, is this part of your character? A little bit of hair in the middle?
No.
Brow moment?
No.
When I, the first time I did Joe Jonas drag, I gave myself a little unibrow. Because he has a little unibrow.
Did you give yourself like pepperoni nipples too?
No.
Have you ever seen that meme? Are they just like, wait, no, is it Kevin, or I don't know, they keep editing his like nipples bigger. So anytime we go to the beach, they just be like massive saucers. Courtney, insert her picture, please.
Kind of made this side a little bit inquisitive. It's part of the character. They're giving mild Groucho marks.
Is he related to Carl, perchance?
I actually don't know. I kind of am hoping so.
He's a Groucho Marx communist?
You know who I'm talking about, right? The big eyebrow.
Yeah.
The first time I did my eyebrows, I looked exactly like Groucho Marx because I used black eyeliner and I just like blocked it out. Yes. Big squares.
Well, really happy that we're not doing that right now.
Yeah. Do you want to do any flavor of eyeshadow?
Oh yeah, I want like super dark, like kind of like more deep set eyes, kind of like I haven't slept.
I live for that vibe. So
yeah.
The way I do that, the way I achieve that is like red underneath.
Yeah.
You could be ill.
Yes.
You didn't sleep in 48 hours, perhaps.
Okay.
And I like it.
That seems pretty typical of the neighborhood sicko.
Exactly.
Is his vibe like the type of guy like that like stays in his like hometown after high school? Absolutely. And updates his Snapchat every single day?
Yes.
It's like, they don't want me to succeed. It's like, who is they? Who is they?
Who is they? I also love the idea of like all of the parents being like, watch out for Joe Bathtub. And he's like homies with the high schoolers.
Yeah. Sells Molly to freshmen.
They roll together. He makes like beats in his parents' basement and he's like, he shows all the high schoolers and he's like, all right, y'all. And he like blasts it in his van. Yeah. Everyone thinks he's like a creep, but he's really just like, he wants friends.
Yeah, he's just a sweetheart, but he's so creepy about it.
Exactly. You look...
I just spit everywhere. I'm so sorry. Oh, just like Joe Bathtub to spit his calling card as he spits on you.
Yeah. All right, now let's do the top.
Okay.
This one I want to do similar. Like, I wanted this one a similar color, but not like the same. I think I want it to be actually a little brighter red.
Okay.
And I want to blend this one a little more because I really did just over here.
Joe Bathtub has scurvy.
So I'm gonna get him an orange.
Somehow I caught scurvy from Joe Bathtub. It's not even transmittable. It's just a vitamin deficiency. but he made it work. I'm sorry, I had too much caffeine.
It's okay.
I was gonna say fart, I have to burp. So disrespectful. Someone's doing your makeup and you just burp in their face.
It's okay.
It's not.
It's fine.
It's so rude.
It's a Joe bathtub. Looks unwell. Joe looks unwell.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what I did was I went too high up here.
I mean, if you get assaulted, your bruises aren't really gonna be even.
You're right.
Yeah.
Do you feel he got assaulted?
I feel like Joe Bathtub is always in a state of distress. So yes.
Okay. Maybe like a dad, a concerned dad, like came up and just popped him one.
Yes, and then his teenage son joined in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's been hit by all ages.
Okay.
I'm super excited. I really want the facial hair.
That's the part we're doing.
I'm gonna apply sticky spirit gum to my upper lip, just so. Oh, that smells so strong.
It is a theater strength.
Theater strength? Yeah. Oh yeah, theater kid makeup is so fucking thick.
It is.
Oh, this gives my upper lip like a yellow tint, which is cryptic as fuck. With a guy named Joe Bathtub.
Yeah.
It's flammable. Just getting in my mouth. All right, do you wanna? This feels like an iCarly sketch. The Luigi mustache that I got from Amazon.
They were supposed to be like real.
They were supposed to be real facial hair, but you know what? Amazon just fucks up the entire thing.
Oh no, don't laugh with your nose.
Sorry. I look like my uncle.
Is that a good thing?
Stop laughing with the hair. Okay, yeah. Oh no, he's in prison for manslaughter. No, I'm kidding, he's dead. Hey, I'm Joe Bathtub. Can I have the beanie? Beanie me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to braid? Can you braid my little rat tail? Thank you.
You're not gonna Joe Bathtub murder me, are you, if you hate this?
No. Joe Bathtub is purely manslaughter.
So you might manslaughter.
Yeah, but it's an accident. Just back over you in the driveway or something. I'm gonna change up here, and then could you go downstairs like half a second, and then I'm gonna do a final reveal, guys, and then we're gonna be our personas for like half a second.
Love it.
All right. I am Joe Bathtub. I am the neighborhood sicko. Thank you so much. This is so much fun.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like, I don't know, like a cul-de-sac pirate.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. That's true.
I don't know. Just someone who like really fucking loves like Johnny Depp, but they live in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these pants are cutting me in half, so I couldn't even like button up my pants the entire way. All right, but thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes.
And thank you for doing this for me.
Yes, of course.
Make sure to go follow Morgan on Instagram. They perform a lot. It's really fucking good, obviously. And thank you. I feel like really fun now. All right, well, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.